Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost 1 week past after finals of Mr. Grabby tournament, and every day I'm checking out who from the OnlyFans players is active in Warcraft 3 scene, and today Miss Potato, Sunglitters, she had a very nice title. In her title, the Twitch title said, I will try to get 1000 MMR on Warcraft 3 Champions. She's in the halfway done. I mean, maybe halfway a little bit, so not even a 500 MMR yet, but she's trying. She's playing, and ladies and gentlemen, I have a strong resolution. I will try to follow them. I will try to see what they are playing. You know, those OnlyFans players. I know that Guzu and Ani, they are playing a Frozen Throne campaign. Dan is playing from time to time. Tyler 1 is actually playing every day at the end of his stream. So at the start of his stream, of course, League of Legends. And at the end, there is some Warcraft 3. So, ladies and gentlemen, Sunglitters, she has 2 strategies in her pocket. I don't know if potatoes, they have pockets. If you don't know who Sunglitters is, she's German and she's hilarious. Her streams are the best, and she's playing as a potato, like with this potato camera filter, VTuber filter, I don't know. But she's amazing, she's very funny, and ladies and gentlemen, yes, she won 1 game versus Mr. Geronimo during the Grabby tournament. Yes, in the tournament. So she got the map with her strategy with Mass Footman. But yes, she has 2 strategies in her pockets, and she's using the aggressive strategy. So she either goes into flying chickens, as she called them, so means Gryphons. So like 3-4 rifles, 1 arcane tower, instant tier, fast tier 2, and then instant tier 3 into double Gryphon aviary. But Night Elves can make Dryads, and I heard that Sunglitters was very vocal about Dryads being imba, because Gryphons can't attack them, because Dryads are mana immune, spell immune. So he's going for tier 1 Aline, and ladies and gentlemen, tier 1 Aline aggression gives a lot of momentum. Thank you for the raid, Mr. Cole. We are casting a game for the YouTube here. So, ladies and gentlemen, she's creeping, and what is the idea? Idea is very simple. With 2 barracks, you produce a lot of footies. Of course, you need to spend your gold because your Aline, your timing needs to be quick. And she won a game versus Geronimo, who was playing a Night Elf himself. So, okay, she's canceling some footies. Okay, so she's trying to get the Footman production, but just produce, please. Okay, I like that we are creeping because you don't want to go across the mana quickly, but yes, there is some problem in this barracks. They are not cooperating. She's going for the defense upgrade. Defense upgrade is okay when you play versus a lot of archers. So far, we don't know what our opponent is doing. Remember, we are on 500 MMR, so it's not that easy to have like any prediction. So if opponent is doing hunts, then we don't need defense. But it's unlikely. It's probably archers. So the most important part is spend your gold, Sunglitters. Spend your gold, make those barracks work overtime, make sure that you are not going to be supply blocked. I don't know if creeping level 3 is good. By the way, there is Storm Maul Ogre. Look at him. This is not a real normal Ogre. Warrior is a different. This is a special map. I mean, an old school map called Melting Valley. And it's a new addition to the Warcraft 3 Champions map pool. Okay, so Sunglitters, she's following green dots. I know how those players, those a little bit lower MMR players, how they think. We are basically, ladies and gentlemen, following the green dots. So green dot number 3 is here, but sadly it's not going to give us level 3. But who cares about level 3? What do we care about is to have a lot of footies. We are power building farms. As we can see, Sunglitters is not overmaking peasants because she knows that she's going to attack. And, okay, don't go to the red camp. We all remember what happened here one day. Don't go here, Sunglitters. This camp is not you can't creep this. Don't go near. I'm scared. Okay. She was like, Saul, don't worry. I have situation under control. The opponent is passive. By the way, with defense, use the defense. They have piercing damage. Use the defense ability, please, Miss Potato. Use the defense. Don't die to the trolls. They have all piercing damage. Save your Footman. Buy the trolls and attack. Okay, no, it wasn't that bad, but it could be better. Okay, level 3, let's go. She has 180 gold, that's good. How is the macro? Macro is looking okay-ish. Not great, not terrible, and opponent plays hunts. This is a bad information. We have different technology. Different technology doesn't work. This guy is blindly making Ancient Protector. I hope he's scouted. I hope there is no some shady business here, but you know, it's 500 MMR, so, and maybe he knows Sunglitters, maybe he, you know, Sunglitters is very famous. If you say, Saul, do you think that you are more famous than Miss Potato Lady from Germany? The answer is, of course not. She's more famous than I am. So maybe people just expect her to play her strategy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and she's going for the farm, but look at this more... Okay, Water Elementals should attack the hunts because of the piercing damage, and they are range units. He's targeting nicely, she's targeting low HP. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Sunglitter, she has magnificent micro. She's able to kill the hunts. Wait a moment, opponent is not reacting with the Wisp detonation in position of the Mr. Knight. I'll detonate those Water Elementals. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunglitters is not doing that bad, but attack the hunt. Attack the hunt. Don't care about the Moonwell. When hunt disappears, then retarget. At least attack it with the Water Elementals. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunglitters is doing okay. She's spending her gold. Maybe not really okay. She's doing something. Produce the Footman. By the way, where you have 500 lumber, so I would recommend pulling Militia if you want to all-in. That hard. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 2 Moonwells are dead. The piercing damage source is dead, but we kinda missed the piercing damage. That doesn't matter. Attack the hunts, that's good. Another hunt buys the dust, but Podme is dangerous. Let's see if Podme is going to target the Archmage. Thank God that it's not targeting. But ladies and gentlemen, supply favors Sunglitters, but not by much, and Sunglitter is running back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what's now? No, the Searing Arrow, this TP, Miss Potato! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's okay, that's okay. So, Sunglitters, what I would recommend, you did enough. She used the invul. Why? She used the invul and teleported at the same time. That's a little bit over statement here. So you need to make the shop. You have all of the lumber around the world. If you want to align this, you need to start making rifles, because with rifles you can kill the hunts. Without rifles, making mass footies, mass hunts may be problematic. So either tier 2 or rifles. That's my advice. Or you can think about expanding. When you have that much lumber, the world is your oyster. Like, ladies and gentlemen, when you have $10 million, you don't really think when to go to vacation, because you can afford every place. If you have $300, then it's quite important. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so as we can see, she's creeping nicely, but she needs some healing. Replenishment potion is the best item that she could find, and shop is almost done. But yes, we are not making any other units than the Footman. We need rifles, again, or expansion, or tier 2. Having Archmage in front without TP, without additional healing is quite dangerous, because if opponent finds out, we have a problem. What we could do is to buy Mercs and attack again, but without piercing damage of Mercs, without healing of Mercs, I would be afraid to do so. Our opponent is definitely producing a lot of hunts, and I don't know what we can do about this. Okay, teleport by the opponent. He used teleport with only Huntress. He saw her, okay? Fast reaction. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, we have defense and we are attacking wrong targets. Miss Potato, you can't win this, I'm afraid. You need Mercs, you need something. No, the Water Elemental should be here fighting. Don't care about the Moonwells. I know that Moonwells are annoying. I know that maybe Moonwells should be nerfed even, Kappa. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, she's fighting. She's not giving up. Souls, don't worry. I have situation under control. Okay, and what's now? Okay, the Huntress slowly going down. Man, those Water Elementals, this is our piercing damage source. She's spending the money. She has almost doubled the supply. She's so close. This guy Wicked, he's 500 MMR. Like 100 MMR more than Miss Potato. With detonation missed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, don't split your army, Miss Potato. Your army should be like together and spend your gold. She doesn't know about Mercs. With Mercs, she would freaking win this. With Mercs should win this. Imagine Mad Golem slowing down the hands. Buy the Mercs. Buy the Mercs, Miss Potato. You can win this. Okay, she's targeting the hands and trying to kill the Ancient of War. Oh man, with Mercs should win this so easy. And on the Mercam you can spend all of your gold. That's a good trivia question. How much gold and lumber you can... it costs you to hire all of the Mercs at the same time. Because during the day you can buy 4 of them. Level 5 on the Archmage, but look at this. Ruthless Potem body block. She's not body blocking. Her Archmage is running. Archmage is fast. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, look at this damage. Look at this damage. Alter is neck. The opponent is still tier 1. No, the Miss Potato is running back. But she's the target. No, Miss Potato. This guy is chasing you. Miss Potato, no. No, this is not good. Not good. Remember that Searing Arrow has additional range if you use it by mouse. You know, you just don't right click. Okay, Miss Potato was able to escape this. But we are pushing into the Night Elf base, and we know that the Night Elf base can be quite oppressive. Normal damage from the Tree of Life is enough to lower our poor footies, and we are dying to the Night Elf base. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. This game is still open. Supply lead for Miss Potato. Opponent is tier 1, we are tier 1, who cares? Okay. We have all of the lumber around the world. And man, with rifles, with Mercs would be a different story. Kill the Hunters, nice. No, the Potem came to our base and killed the Archmage. So we should start healing and hide maybe, and then block Pod with workers. This freaking Sniperino. I mean, not accusation to Mr. Wicked, he's definitely reacting quickly, but tell me in the YouTube comments, what do you think about Mr. Wicked? He looks like very well-oriented 500 MMR player, but who on planet Earth would cheat for versus Miss Potato, guys? Probably nobody. Okay, so Archmage is in the altar. It will take forever to revive Archmage level 5. Miss Potato is producing in total 6 Footman. That's a lot of Footman versus Mass Hands. As I said many times, we need some other units than Mass Footman. But ladies and gentlemen, that's the beauty of low MMR. You are not going to see games like that on high MMR or in tournaments. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, a lot of footies. And man, it will take forever. I'm on vacation. So what you can do in situations like that? You can take 1 Footman and scout if there is an expansion. You can take 1 Footman and try to chase the Wisps. But yes, of course, what we should do when we have Archmage on that level, we should revive from the tavern. Because it's instant and we have all of the lumber. Remember that usually the limiting factor for the tavern revived is the lumber, because it's quite significant cost. Of course, the gold cost is also higher, but... Okay, she revived from the tavern after some thinking. No, this pod was there! Don't tell me that this pod was hidden. This pod was hidden. I need to revive this, review this replay. Miss Potato is not body blocking. That was a trap. It was a trap. This is so annoying. I think he was hidden on the tavern on purpose. The pod is surrounded, Miss Potato surrounded. And with Dust of Appearance you can kill it actually. No surround. And Miss Potato left in a decent situation. Ay. Man, the start was so good. Small tweak, Miss Potato. If you'd buy the Mercs, you'd actually win this. Ay. Mamma mia. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wicked, I hope that you played clean. It was looking quite impressive for a, with all respect, 500 MMR player. If you snipe Miss Potato, shame on you. And Miss Potato played like 3 games today. So I hope that she'll play more in the future. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, the word is... we need more Miss Potato in the Warcraft 3 universe. Thank you guys for watching. Consider subbing to the YouTube, and in the next videos I will try to follow those famous players. Thank you for watching, and see you guys later. Bye bye.